right, welcome back. You're still watching The Morning Breeze, and we're discussing the new phenomena, the Africa Continental Free Trade Area. It's such a mouthful. Honorable Amelia Kyambadde is here to explain to the country what benefits accrue from this, and in this case, we're talking about removing barriers to trade in the East African region. How does Omuntu Wawansi benefit from this? But, Honorable, how have you brought the local community on board to Ugandanize this, whatever, free trade area?
We have involved Uganda Manufacturers Association.
To what level?
They have been part of the negotiations, actually. We have been the private sector. Private Sector Foundation has been part of the negotiations. We've been together in this. We've been going for conferences together. Small Scale Industry Association. Now we want to bring the traders, Kasita on board. But we need to popularize it more. I must admit that we have not done sufficient work, sensitization. But we are going to do that, and we have started here in NBS. I thank you so much for support.
So aren't you putting the cart before the horse? You sign an agreement that is very alien to the country.
I cannot say it's alien because they've been part and parcel of the negotiations. It's not alien, and there has been that drive because Ugandans already have been importing goods from other countries, but encountering a lot of challenges. I want to cite an example of some ladies who have been going to Senegal to buy bitinge. But the challenges they encounter are incredible. They would buy a consignment, let's say 2 or 3 consignments, but you leave one behind because of corruption, even in those countries, because of the taxes leaving that country, and then entering this country is also a nightmare. You have to pay heavy taxes. So all those are all the things we are looking at. That once we cut out these tariffs, then you will not pay that. It will be smoother. You just go buy your products and bring them and sell them here. So there are already people who have been struggling to penetrate other markets, but through a lot of difficulty.
Honorable, we're talking barriers again. Can this work, can free trade area work without political integration first? That was top on the agenda.
Normally economic...
Or you don't want to go there?
No, normally economic integration is better. It's better to look at the financial base, the economic base. Then you go for political. You can see even in AAC. Even in AAC, we started with the economic base, then political integration will come late. But what is important is this goodwill is also political integration in a way. But formalizing it, because sometimes they say, okay, we want one to be our leader, but we have not gone there yet. But at least they share the passion.
Well, you were very instrumental in the establishment of this free trade area. What was your role as chairperson? Chairing what?
Chairing negotiations.
And why you?
First of all, they realize, all these countries in Africa realized that Uganda was very passionate about African Continental Free Trade Area. That is one. 2, they looked at us as one of the fastest growing economies in Africa, surprisingly. You people might not know what you have. You have gold. 3, Uganda had the best negotiating team during all those negotiations. Best. You know, Ugandans, you have a very powerful team here in justice, in, these ministries. It was a consortium of people from different sectors. And it was very powerful. They were amazed at the capacity our people had. In fact, they even gave us an award for being the best negotiators. And on top of that, all the countries unanimously. And then also they like our candidness. Other countries, they're always very, very timid, and they don't come out with their issues, and they don't criticize one another. But for us as Ugandans, you would call a spade, and they loved that. So we're chosen.
So you were a good negotiator for us.
Yeah, I was the chief negotiator. I was being modest about it. So I was elected to lead all the ministers of Africa, ministers of trade in Africa. I'm their leader. So when you see me here,
Is it prestigious? Do you really feel it's big?
I'm a modest person though, but of course, the attention they give me sometimes, you feel a bit
Heavy.
yeah. So
But in a sense,
I heard the ministers of yes.
Was there some bit of truth telling coming from countries about others?
Oh yes. We would almost fight each other.
What were the reservations about Uganda?
Well, about Uganda, basically, not really.
Without you being nice, what were the reservations about Uganda?
About Uganda, the issues they had about us? What are the issues about us? On the agreement, they think we are too rigid. We argue too much. Because about Uganda, as in the process, they think we go too much in detail. You know, for them, they want to go, to gloss over issues. But they think Uganda is too meticulous, you know, that you want to argue on every point, on every... So there was an argument. Then, of course, there was this string between West Africa and East Africa. So East Africa would team up with the East Africans and West Africa. So you find now West Africa wants the headquarters to go to West Africa. In fact, now there is another war. Ghana wants to head African Continental Free Trade Area, to have the headquarters there.
Niger?
Kenya wants to have the headquarters here. So now me as a chair,
doesn't Uganda want
I'm really torn between two.
No, I mean, if you're a good negotiator, why don't we host it here? Because it comes with benefits.
It comes with benefits, but I think we already have a mouthful. We have too many issues, too many. We have too many engagements here going on. You know, it comes with benefits, but it also is a cost. You know, starting something new, you have to have a new building for it. You have to, Secretariat has to sit here. You have to meet the costs. Sometimes the tickets of some of these people who come for negotiations. It doesn't come easy. You have to plan for it. You have to plan for it.
How much shall we be committing annually towards the Secretariat, the Free Trade Area Secretariat?
What has been happening is that we have all been volunteering. We come in as our ministries. For example, Judiciary would send their people and they buy tickets for them. Our trade would send me and my team and we buy. So that is what we agreed, that let's go in as volunteers. So because the Continental Free Trade Area hadn't established its finances yet. We had not organized that yet.
Okay. Continental Free Trade Area sounds big, sounds very promising, but do you see it seeing the light of the days? Do you see a possibility of all the other countries, the 44, all coming together finally?
Yes. I can see that because we are talking about 24, but I understand there are some countries that have also ratified that we are not, that we have not been. And we expect that in Niamey, when we go for that summit, we expect that some other countries would have ratified by.
Is there an option of withdrawal in case things are not working out?
Yeah, that option, we put it there, that you can withdraw, because I remember that is the problem we had with EPAs. With EPAs, there was no provision for any country to leave at will. But now that provision is there in this agreement. That you can leave, but you can give notice.
Okay, as we look, as we target cross-border trade, how is business at home?
Cross-border trade, we have challenges with Rwanda. And We're still negotiating. Of course, they tell us that they're working on the road. They opened for 2 weeks to test the road, but it has affected our business community badly. Mirama Hills is open, but there are some non-tariff barriers there. You have restrictions, you have to fill in forms. So our business, a truck that used to take to cross, that used to take 2 hours, now can take a whole day. DRC, we were doing very well. We had gone up to almost 400 million annually, but Ebola, that has been a challenge of late. But Ministry of Health is very aggressive about it.
So there is a bit of paralysis.
Oh, there is.
And as we get into the Continental Free Trade Area, does it mean we're going to traverse the region without visas?
Well, we are lifting the restrictions. South Africa has already lifted.
It's visa-free travel.
Visa-free. We are lifting the restrictions. That is one of our condition that we put out. That anybody in the African country, in fact, we are even looking at African passports. So that once you have that African passport, you're able to go anywhere. So that one, we're lifting the restrictions on visas, restrictions on work permits. You can have a work permit, but getting it will be easier. We have decided that all countries should.
Aren't we likely to have an influx of foreigners coming here? Well, if you are
going there?
Allowed the other side, that imbalance, how are you going to sort it out?
No, the work immigration is still holding on a bit. It hasn't opened up very much, but it depends also on what they're coming to do. You don't just come and walk in that have come here. You must have a reason. Even if they reduce on the restrictions, you must have sufficient documentation to prove that you are coming for a purpose, but not to come and meander around. Or you're coming as a tourist. If you're coming as a tourist, declare, but not just meandering around. So we are also, we're not for idleness. We're saying come for a purpose. Then tariff duties in trade, 90%. ICT, we want to improve, where all countries have been told to improve on their ICT, the communication, so that we harmonize our connectivity.
So you're still laying ground for free trade area, much as you've already ratified.
Yes, but ratifying.
So it's not yet rolled out.
Ratifying is a conduit, because you start with accepting, signing the agreement. Do you like the agreement? Yes. That is one. Then 2, you go to ratification.
That is commitment.
That is commitment. I'm committed to this, and I'll abide with this, I'll comply with this. Then 3, implementation. You start implementation. So now we are going to phase 3. So ratification is a prerequisite for you to be an active member of the free trade area.
While you have so much hope in this free trade area idea, have you made a critical analysis of the deeper implications of committing Uganda into this?
We have looked at all that. We have looked
legally, politically, economically.
We have looked at all that, and still work in progress. Because as I said, if you feel that you're no longer committed, you can quit. Nobody stops you. But in a broader perspective, trading here is even more important than us struggling to enter. You can go to other countries, but as a bloc. Because it also empowers us. All these countries were having issues, going to negotiate for trade with other countries. But this is a springboard, I would say. It empowers us to go as a bloc and negotiate for loans, for trade, for other agreements with other countries.
How soon do you hope to see the first batch of items made in Uganda going to some country in the region?
In the region, not yes.
Under the free trade area.
Under the free trade area.
How soon?
But do you know that your goods are already in the market? Go to Zimbabwe. Uganda waragi is very popular. It's already in the market in some countries. Zambia, our goods are there. You know, Ugandans had already started taking this. Movit. These Movit products you see here. Movit is already in the market in Eastern Central Africa, Southern Central Africa. The other popular products are these. People are taking there, I think, small things like there's this chia seeds. People pack them and you find them.
Made in Uganda.
Made in Uganda, and you find them in supermarkets. So Ugandans.
How are they facing off with the competition on the block?
But these are new products, you know. You Africans like unique products. For example, like us, when you see that something is made in Nigeria or made in, I think I'll go for this. People like exotic products from other countries. I don't know why. They find them very attractive. If I went into, one time I went into one shop, a beauty parlor, and someone was showing me products. Hey, this one is very good. This is shea butter from Nigeria. But there was shea butter here from Uganda, I must admit. Then I thought, oh, this one is from Nigeria. I was more interested in the shea butter from Nigeria. I'm sorry to say this. And yet I'm a boo-boo person.
I was just about to remind you.
No, I felt embarrassed also. So there is that urge for an exotic product from another country. So once they see our products, I've told you about waragi. Just go with 2 bottles of waragi in a country, any of these African countries. Even when they come here, they go with packs and packs of waragi. So you find that some of our products are already on the market and there's already demand. What is important for us, or what I should tell Ugandans, is let them invest in marketing. Online. You know, I always look online, people are abusing one another, saying nasty things. Online, if you just market your product here, online, use that tablet or phone to market your products. Let us invest in marketing. That is what is lacking.
Well, thank you very much, Honorable. And indeed, as NBS Television, we're so delighted that we've been the first to flag off this campaign to ensure that free trade area takes root in the country and that Ugandans are very interested and they tap into the opportunities that come aboard. My name is Simon Kagwanjala. Honorable Amelia Kyambadde. Thank you for joining us and have a lovely day.
Okay. Thank you very much. Cheers. Thank you very much. Yeah.